Check. We ready to roll?
Yep, they can hear us now. Welcome back to Fangame Marathon.
Cool. Okay. All right. Hey. Hi. Hello. What's up, everybody? I was already here running Luminescent, and I'm back. Hey, welcome. Welcome to this run. This is Return to Subcon. This is the game I actually submitted for this. This is Return to Subcon. This is a hack of Super Mario Bros. 2. This is not the first hack of Mario 2, but it is probably the first Kaizo of Super Mario Bros. 2, and I made this. Smiley face. I made this smile. So if something goes wrong, we know who to blame. Yeah, I'm gonna get started. We can kind of explain things on the way. You'll note, to start out with, because this game is a little bit more challenging, it has a custom continue screen. And the person that I really want to thank for so much of this is D2the4th. She is just an amazing coder, ROM hacker. She worked with Dan Salvato and Wolsk on the really cool level that we saw in the GDQ Kaizo relay, the bullet hell one. It's really cool. And she made a lot of stuff for this hack. She made the editor for this. It's called SMB2 Edit. And I would love to tell you more about that, but she made this custom continue screen. We're going to start on new game. I'll count it down in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, go. There we go. Okay, so right off the bat, there's a lot of things to change. There is a lot of stuff to talk about in this, but the first area isn't any different. I decided to keep it the same. First of all, you'll notice that every level has only one character. So I designed this game to kind of show off each character's unique abilities, and this one features Mario. Mario has the least unique abilities out of all of them, but things are already kind of different, and we're gonna see a lot of stuff that's going on. First screen, there we go. So actually, the lore of this game, if you have questions in chat, please feel free to ask. The lore of this game is that the residents of Subcon were bored after playing the same game. Subcon is the name of the world where Mario 2 takes place, as Mario World takes place in Dinosaur Land, Mario Brothers in the Mushroom Kingdom. Mario 2 takes place in Subcon. And the residents were bored, so they wanted a new game so everyone would come back and play with them again. And so D4 and I created this game. So a lot of things are different and lots to talk about, but I'm going to try for a little speed strat. You may remember this from the vanilla game. Let's see if I get it. Okay, you know what? 2 veggies is fine. Normally we can't hurt this green birdo unless we go around and get all the veggies there. You can recycle that same veggie over and over again, but 2 is good. 2 is alright. It is very difficult to balance for multiple characters, which is why I kind of gave up on that, and I made every level kind of show off each character's unique abilities. We're gonna see some cool stuff that each character can do. And here's my favorite. I think, honestly, I don't know. Who's your favorite SMB2 character? 'Cause mine, I think, is Luigi. I really love his big floaty moon jump. We got that super jump that we're charging right there in order to make it over some of these gaps. And here's the first instance of a custom enemy. This editor can add custom sprites and change some of the existing sprites, and that purple sniffet there is actually indestructible. So we have to use the hoopster to get him out of the way. Here's a fun one. When you are picking something up in Mario 2, you are invulnerable. That is just a vanilla thing. That's not a custom part for this game. So I was able to avoid that Sparky there by just timing the grab digging animation. Got this key. Obviously, keys are going to open locked doors. And we're going to get into the second birdo fight. It is possible in this one to also use 1 veggie, but I made it a little bit harder. So instead, we're going to go around and get all 3. Normally, obviously, green birdo is just shooting fire, so we can't use eggs to defeat them. So we're just going to grab these 3 veggies. Wait for it. I want to be careful because birdo could toss the orb off of the edge there. Get it into the water. Next up, we got a Peach level. There's an interesting bit of tech with Peach in this game. Peach's jump, or excuse me, Peach's float. Whoops, haha. Allow me to demonstrate. Peach's float refreshes when she jumps, not when she lands. So if you jump without floating, you can float on the way down, like that. And we're going to see that property used a little bit more in this area. I'll say there's so much to talk about with this one. I made this back in 2018. So even, I think, by my standards, some of the level design is a little bit sketchy here. But, you know, people have seemed to really enjoy this game over the years. And for that, I'm very grateful. Ah, okay. Yeah, we'll take some deaths. You know, I mean, who made this? Jeez. Made it hard on purpose. So we got to use that property again, like I mentioned, to jump over the Panzer Fire without floating. And that's going to allow us to pick up the shell in midair. Additionally, give me a sec here. There we go. Additionally, you might notice that there are 2 hit points in this game. It was tricky to balance the difficulty, and I wanted this game to be accessible for a lot of different people. So, the 2 hit points I left in on purpose to give the player a backup, and also to give the speedrun a chance to use a damage boost anywhere they wanted, to skip an obstacle, perhaps. So here's our Mouser fight, and the thing about bosses in this game, Mario 2 is a little bit more limited than Mario World. I mean, we're running on an NES, and some of the elements are... There's just less elements in the game in the first place. So, in the case of bosses here, their behavior is very hard-coded for the room that they normally appear in. And Mouser's being a little bit tricky here. But Mouser, he has this one behavior, right? What does he do? He walks around and throws bombs. And so instead of really changing the bosses any, the thing that I was able to do is just create an interesting room to fight them in. And maybe I did okay here. But we gotta get... Geez, Mouser's destroying the platform on the side here. We've got to kind of get some... Come on, man, he's really giving me the business here. We gotta get up, toss some bombs over. There we go. And also, the position of this door that appears is also hard-coded. So you have to design the room around the boss's behavior, and also around where that hard-coded door is going to show up. World 2. It's a Toad level. And there's an interesting skip here. If I'm doing okay on time, I think I'm doing alright on time for now. There's an interesting skip in the second part of this level. It has to do... I'm kind of setting this up ahead of time because it's tough to explain. It has to do with hawk mouths. The little hawk thing that you enter at the end of some levels. Every area, every screen in Mario 2 has a potential to have a hard-coded exit. So not a door or anything, just where you go when you exit that screen. In the case of SMB2, if you have a hawk mouth, you have to hard-code the exit to go to the next level. So the screen's exit, not the hawk mouth itself, but the screen's exit is hard-coded. And for the marathon, for friends, I'm going to try a speed skip toward the end of this level. But first, we've got to grab some of these cherries and make a quick little path down. So another way to transition... Oh, wait, you know what? Actually, yeah, no, we can probably deal with it. I don't want to get hit by these sniffets. Okay, you know what? I do want to... You know what? I do want to get hit by these sniffets. We're going to use this bomb. 5 cherries gets you a superstar. And hopefully with our superstar power, we'll be able to run through these spikes. Grab this bomb. There we go. Okay, this is going to make the attempted speed skip a little bit more difficult. But you know what? For the marathon, I'm going to give it a try here. Oh, okay, I'm definitely going to give it a try because it's easier if you're big. So, the Hawkmouth is on that screen, as we know, and that means that the screen itself is hard-coded to take me to the next level. One way to change screens is to climb a vine up or down, off the top of the screen or the bottom. And there we go! Yo, I got it! So, by crouching and jumping... Oops, I just need to hold select. Yeah, there we go. By crouching and jumping and grabbing that vine at the top, I'm able to just jump right into the next area and skip that boss entirely. This is not something that I intended in the game. I did not know about that at the time, that you can crouch jump and climb through the ceiling with a one-tile vine like that. That was discovered by Andrew G, who played this game immediately when it came out and proceeded to immediately break it in that way. I did add a little Andrew G room in this next area. I'll point out the vine when we go by it. That is a 1-frame trick. Actually, no, I think Toad has 2 frames. Every character has a different frame window to get a vine jump. Toad's is the smallest. Luigi's is the largest. If I were to climb up the vine right here, I would be taken to the Andrew G room, which actually soft blocks your game and just says GG. But Andrew G found that, and I decided to leave that in on purpose instead of patching that out, because I thought it was a cool speed skip, and you know, speedrunners like to do fun things. But here, I'm actually going to use the intended strat, even though it is possible, and the speedrun does do it, it is possible to also skip this Birdo with the same trick. But instead, I'm just going to do this the intended way. So we gotta go around, ooh, and collect, yeah, there we go. Gotta collect these cherries. Again, 5 cherries gonna spawn a superstar for us. So, let's see here. Yep, we're gonna hang out right here and be safe. But see those vines situated above a 1-tile ceiling? That would also allow us to clip out of there. I know, right? Imagine patching glitches that save time. Jeez, who would do such a thing? So, hey, do you know which key is fake? Which one is it? It's the one on the right. This game allows us to make some custom sprites, like I mentioned, and I just thought it would be funny to make a little fake key there. All right, so every room is a checkpoint, so no worries, even though we took some damage. That's why I said I wanted this game to be a little bit more lenient and kind of be inviting for more casual players to check it out. There isn't a big SMB2 hacking community, but the hacking community that we do have right now is very powerful. We've learned a lot about this game, and there is just an incredible wealth of interesting tech and things that we can do in it. So I would invite everyone, if you're interested and you want to maybe try hacking SMB2 for yourselves, maybe send me a DM, Discord, or wherever, and I can get you the link to the SMB2 hacking Discord. We have actually someone just produced a new SMB2 hack. CO Kadelic just released Bunny Bun Panic hack they've been working on for quite a while. But here's our Triclide fight. Once again, not really much to do with these bosses since their behavior is hard-coded specifically for the room that they're in. So just go around and grab some veggies in a tricky way, and Triclide's out. In the lore there, Triclide was hoarding all the water in the desert. Little lore thing. And now we got the carpets. I wanted to use all of the elements of SMB2 that I could, and it is possible to just fly through this normally with the carpet, but by jumping off of the carpet here, you and the carpet can both move more quickly. And that was kind of what I had intended the player to do. And speaking of accessibility, I think this area is the one, maybe the 1 or 2 times where I took things a little bit too far in this. I think I made this a little bit harder. It was difficult to figure out whether or not this was like a standard game or a Kaizo game, and I tried to hit the mark on that difficulty as best I could. That is harder than it seems with those Bezos. They move to your horizontal position. They kind of target your horizontal position, and so you have to jump strategically to get the Bezos to kind of show up where you want them to. And here's our accessibility feature. I am going to go ahead and take that. By going in that door and going out, I create another checkpoint for myself. You automatically checkpoint yourself every time you go into a door. So I put that there as a little bit of a safety because we still have to get over it with Princess Peach. There we go. And I didn't put a boss in this level because not all the levels in SMB2 have a boss, and I just thought since that level was pretty challenging, the player deserves a little break. We all deserve a break. So, and you know, speaking of taking things a little bit too far, I think this was the level that gave most people the trouble. 3-2 here, we're using damage boosting, and it's the only level where I have required taking damage in this game, which I think made it pretty tough. We gotta grab these hearts, we gotta throw the shell, and we gotta use these mushroom blocks. Mushroom blocks are pretty unruly. They will sit on any object. You could throw them, for example, on the top of a tree. You could throw them on a cloud or a waterfall. As long as the thing is not air, the mushroom block will sit on it. There is a little bit of a faster strat here, but okay, let's play it safe. The door is over there on the right, and it is possible to run down below here, take damage, and do not like this. Well, okay, hey, did you like that level? Because I'm going to show it to you again. Because you got to take damage to get in the door. Like I said, you know, maybe over-punched on this one just a little bit, but a lot of players did end up getting through this, and I'm proud of them all. Oop, I need that, I need that, I need that, I need that, I need that. I need that, though. Remember when I needed that? It was just now. Janky hack. Okay, wait, need that. Yeah, remember when I needed that? Oh, come on! Who made this? Yes. Don't worry, we're all according to plan. But, Now, like I said, I made this with SMB2 Edit. You can get that on our SMB2 hacking Discord if you're interested. There's a lot of fun stuff you can do with it, and you know, part of the reason why I wanted to submit this and hopefully show it off well for everybody was to maybe generate some interest for SMB2 hacking. We could certainly use some more hacks. You know, with all of our talents combined since 2018, maybe at some point in the future we will have double-digit amounts of Mario 2 hacks. There are some older Mario 2 hacks which were not made with this. There was an older editor called the SMB2 Discombobulator, which admittedly is a better name for an editor, but you can find those on romhacking.net. There we go. Here's another custom sprite. There's that indestructible purple Sniffit and this little Shy Guy. I cannot pick them up, and they run a little bit faster than usual, so it's an escort mission. Oh no! Okay, well, you know, remember when I needed that? Because I still need it. Anyhow. Whee! I planned for my estimate to take some deaths in this game. Oh, come on. Alright, that was just a test, right? You gotta, playtesting is important when you're making a hack. And you gotta make sure that all the pits actually kill you, so just still playtesting a little bit. Playtesting is never done. But see how those mushroom blocks are gonna sit right on top of the waterfall? That is just a vanilla property. So here we go, toughest trick in the level. Nailed it. And again, no boss here. Just moving right along. I'm glad. Thanks for remembering. Fond memories of when I needed that. Here's some more custom sprites. These purple mushrooms, I tried to indicate this to the player with the color purple. These purple mushrooms are bouncy. Oh yeah, and the 1-up. So the 1-up is actually, it's not supposed to be bait. Normally in this game, you could crouch, right? I can crouch through a 1-tile gap. Oh, I'm in trouble. Well, that just gives me time to explain. If you're standing on a shell and there's a 1-tile gap, you are able to crouch because your hitbox is smaller in Mario 2 when you're crouching, even when you're small. And so if the 1-up weren't there, what they would be able to do is just ride that all the way through and not engage with my tricky obstacle design. So the 1-up will actually get you stuck if you try to crouch through and forcing you to actually jump off of the shell. So it's not really supposed to be bait, it's actually kind of a D-cheese. And now here we go, Birdo. This might be my favorite Birdo fight in the game. This is really cool, and if I don't take damage before I finish this fight, I'll show you the troll. This made me laugh when I was making it, and maybe it'll make you laugh too. Yes, so everything is supposed to stop, except since that Shy Guy is custom, it does not stop, and just walks out from underneath you. Thought that was pretty funny. I didn't notice that when I was making the game, and then it happened to me, and I was just laughing, so I kept it in. World 4, Ice World, and we've got the whales. They have these whale spouts, and now we're gonna go sort of Luigi curling. You can use them to clip through the ceiling like that. Any upward rising sprite will cause the player to clip through the ceiling. Oh dear. Oh dear. So there's actually some interesting things. Whale spouts are neat. Because they're a sprite that you can stand on, you can do that ceiling clip like I mentioned. This level's kind of tricky actually, let's see. You can do that ceiling clip, but what you can also do, here's a little bit of SMB2 tech. It's not really available in the original game, except for in one instance. Jeez, come on. But if you are standing on a sprite, like a key or an orb or something, you can use a POW, and that will levitate the sprite, and now the sprite is rising up into the air while you're standing on it, and that will also allow you to clip through ceilings. So maybe you'll see that in the sequel. Come on. There we go. And I wanted to make use of all the SMB2 elements, so had to include the rocket ship. Run a little rocket ride to the moon here. This section, we're doing some curling with Luigi. Gotta make sure, kill all those flurries. A little bit of button mashing never hurt anybody. Kind of crouching and jumping to get through these one-tile sections. Another bouncy mushroom. Alright, we made it. And then finally, just a fun little curling section. I just thought this was funny. I don't know. Just thought that was pretty funny. Oh, and grab the orb. And we're out of here. The square. Okay, that's really funny. Yes, the square whales are grown in Japan. Peach level. This was actually inspired by Celeste, even though it's probably hard to tell. Oh, I actually remember when I need that. Wait, hold up. Wait, remember when I needed that? There, I can show you what the 1-ups do. That's just to demonstrate. You can't crouch underneath there. Remember when I needed that? So this time we're not gonna fight Birdo. Instead, we're gonna fall in the pit. There's a big water slide down there. It's real fun. So let's do this properly and race the egg. There, oh, there's where I needed that. Actually, I don't really need it, but it is gonna get rid of that indestructible Shy Guy. That egg's just gonna push me back down in case I am too slow climbing up there. And you can grab the eggs after they hit the wall like that. A little bit of tricky platforming, and again, that peach refloat. If you jump without floating, you can float on the way down. So this is an homage. I myself am mostly a Kaizo SMW player, and this is an homage to a trope in Kaizo that was a little more popular when I made this hack, the 5-room castle. The only screen transitions in this game that don't count as checkpoints are jars. And so we're gonna do some jarception here and keep going into these jars because we're gonna do 5 rooms in a row. And then we're gonna fight a boss. And with all this fire around, I bet you can't guess. Bet you can't guess who the boss is. This is actually sneakily a vertical screen. That's it's just a one screen vertical area, and that's how I'm able to wrap around like that. But here we go. It's Fry Guy. So I want to try to actually use this mushroom block. This is a reusable weapon, as opposed to the veggies which are on the side of the level. And yes, the ground tiles are ice here, so watch out. Fry Guy? Hey, come here, man. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, and then he splits up into these little Fry Guys. Oh, I really wanted to get that. Oh, okay, that's a problem. That's a problem, we're fine. We're fine. See, we're fine. Oh, alright, almost fine. Getting in the door, and we're out of there. So, I got some good advice from a friend that people tend to like shorter games, and I thought since this game was a little bit harder, make it a little bit shorter. So instead of going into World 5, we're gonna jump in the pit. Just testing the pits, making sure. Quality assurance. Make sure every pit actually kills the player. No pit unjumped in. But we're actually just headed off to World 7 here. You can just kind of make any screen go to any screen, and I decided to just send them over to World 7. The sequel that I'm working on will have all 20 of the levels, and that also means it takes a lot longer to make. But World 7 is the only place where we have pits to fall in. Amazing. This one has water in it. Just making sure, you know, checking that the water slide is still down there. But World 7 is actually the only level where we have conveyor belts. And so I really wanted to make use of the conveyor belts for this one. And give you something a little bit challenging to deal with. Oh, man. Who made this? Dare I say this is worse than an R.L. Stine novel. Come on, Mario Frustration? I'm sure many of you remember. So we got the bouncy mushrooms again. And we're gonna bounce ourselves on up here. See, I'm allowed to say that because I made this hack. And one of my favorite fights. Hawkmouth. Oh, but he comes to life, just like in the original. Okay, so here I'm gonna get us all started here. For the final level, you are allowed to pick your fighter. So chat, who should we pick? We're gonna go fight Wart now, and I wanna know. I want you to pick. I'll go with the first one I see. So who's the fastest? Who should we pick? We can be anybody we want. Who should we pick for the final fight? You know, final fight with Guy and Hager. Could you change the conveyor belts to be faster or stronger? No. They only move in one direction. Wow, Luigi. Okay. Unanimous Luigi. So here we go for the Wart fight. And just like the other bosses in this game, they will hurt you and injure you. But I can't really do anything to change the behavior of the boss. Their behavior is simply hard-coded for the room that they're in. So the only thing I could really do here with Wart and Red Luigi, come on, grab one. The only thing I could really do here is change the circumstances. So instead of the normal Wart fight, we've got Red Luigi, Green Mario on a conveyor belt, and we've got the veggie spawner coming up from below. Fun fact about the veggie spawner, the graphics, you see the little shooter thing, like the actual pipes that it comes out of? That doesn't mean anything. Those are just a graphic, and the sprite is hard-coded to shoot veggies from a particular position, and that's it. The graphics are just there to give the illusion that they're coming out of the pipes, but actually that's just an object, and it does nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. So we got the conveyor belt moving backwards, and we got Wart here. Fun fact about Wart, you don't actually have to hit him in the mouth with veggies. You just simply have to hit him when his mouth is open. You could hit him anywhere. And see, like there, I got him in the tummy, and he still takes damage. There's one thing, though, and I kind of hope I get this. There is one thing at the end of this fight, which D4, who did so much work for this hack, I asked her to change one thing in particular, and you'll see it in a minute. Oh, come on. Wart kind of misbehaving here. Oh, come on, Wart. He just doesn't want to eat his veggies, as we know. Oh, I thought that was it. Wait, that's not it. Hang on, but narrator, but it was not it. I needed that. Okay, there we go. Now, I hope I get this, or I'm gonna have to do this whole fight over again. But D4 changed the position of the door to spawn because I wanted there to be one more little trick right at the end. Time. And there we go. That is Return to Subcon by some guy. Me. Again, if you're interested in getting involved in Mario 2 hacking, send me a message on Discord or social medias or whatever. I'll be happy to give you the link to the Mario 2 hacking Discord. Check out Bunny Bun Panic by CO Kadelic. It's out right now on romhacking.net. Stay tuned for the sequel to this. I've been working on it for 6 years. And I have another little hack that's like TAS only, save state only on my website. It's GlitchCat7.com. It's called The Four Labors of Toad. And it shows off a little more glitchy properties of this. I would love to welcome more people into the SMB2 hacking community. This game is challenging to hack because of its limitations, but it is a lot of fun and has a lot of really cool tech possibilities. So, yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. And enjoy the rest of the marathon. I got, that's all I got. But remember when I needed that. Don't forget. Don't forget, I needed that. We all need that. Take a break.
Take a break. Good words. Alright, and with that, we are now going to start getting ready for the Super Mario 64 Kaizo tournament. This one will be a doozy to set up, so do expect a pretty long interval right here. But we'll be back in a while. Stay tuned, and see you after the break.